Hey there, and welcome back to Cisco Reads Books. Today we got a review for you, and it is The Lost Island by Preston and Child. This is book 3 in the Gideon Crew series. So I'll read you the back and see where we're at, because if you're here for this review on book 3, I assume you have read the other ones. Brilliant scientist and master thief Gideon Crew is living on borrowed time when he is tasked by his mysterious employer, Eli Glynn, to steal a page from the priceless Book of Kells, now on display in New York City, and protected by unbreakable security. Gideon gets the parchment only to learn that hidden beneath the illuminated page is a treasure map dating back to the ancient Greeks. As they ponder the strange map, they realize that the treasure it leads to is no ordinary fortune. It is something far more precious, an amazing discovery that could perhaps even save Gideon's life. Together with his new partner Amy, Gideon follows a trail of cryptic clues to an unknown island in a remote corner of the Caribbean Sea. There, off the hostile and desolate Mosquito Coast, the pair discover the extraordinary treasure they are hunting conceals an even greater shock, a revelation so profound that it may benefit the entire human race, if Gideon and Amy can survive. So, yeah, this is book 3 of the Gideon Crew series. Just another fantastic adventure story. This one is much more heavy on the adventure than it is on the mystery kind of thriller elements that we've seen thus far. Especially like book 2 was primarily a thriller. Book 1 was pretty much a straight up mystery, kind of like a crime thriller. This one's a straight up adventure thriller. They're traveling basically across the globe and wind up in the Caribbean to search for this treasure of sorts. It's one of those stories where, as always, it incorporates a lot of like mythology into into the books, kind of like the Pendergast series, I would say, with the level of kind of like supernatural stuff that's going on. And it does harken back to the Odyssey by Homer. A lot of the references in here are kind of dealing with that, and the fact that maybe that Odysseus's Odyssey to get back towards Greece was actually a true story. So it deals with some remarkable stuff. Just the way that this is put together and packaged in such a way that makes it believable. Really is amazing that Preston and Child can do this kind of stuff, because it does have you, as I always do with most of the Preston and Child novels, I go down deep into the rabbit hole afterwards, because I'm like, oh shit, is there really a sect out there that thinks that, the Odyssey was a true story, and its repercussions that come out in this book, like checking out some of those the factoids that Preston and Child kind of put in and layer into this book was pretty fun as well. As you can tell now, Preston and Child have been phenomenal, whether it be in the Pendergast series or the Gideon Crew novels, and we're about to see this month how their standalones work. This one does reference another novel quite heavily that Eli Glynn, Gideon's boss, was involved in, and it's one of the standalones I actually just got from them, which is The Ice Limit. And I'm going to read that one before I go into Gideon Crew Book 4, the Beyond the Ice Limit, because it deals with the same stuff. And that book is heavily referenced in this book. So if you haven't read The Ice Limit before you read Book 3 of Preston and Child's Book 3 in the Gideon Crew series, I kind of suggest that you do. Because when they were referencing the Rovog, which is if you watch the book haul from Brightlight Books, I think I mentioned it when I read the back of the cover of The Ice Limit. And just the references, like they were falling on me, and I was like, I have no idea what the hell this is talking about. I know it's talking about that other book, and I almost paused reading this one to go read that one so that then I could understand this one. But then I was like, nah, that's kind of ass backwards. We'll read this one, finish it, then we'll go back and we'll read Ice Limit, and then we'll have read Ice Limit before Beyond the Ice Limit, which is book 4. So that's the plan going forward. As far as what's up next in the Gideon Crew kind of universe. But all in all, like, this was a fantastic read, really engaging, edge of your seat for most of the time. When it's not even in the down parts of this book, there's still something going on that's either, stimulating your mind or, character development and that kind of thing that Preston and Child are just phenomenal at. So yeah, I highly recommend, if you haven't started the Gideon Crew series yet, like, come on, just pull the trigger, get to it, because these books are phenomenal. And I mean, anything that you're going to get from Preston and Child thus far for me has been damn near, almost all of them have been either a 4.5 or a 5-star book. So I mean, they're fantastic. So with that being said, we're going to go on our new rating system, and this is, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. On plot, I'm giving it a 10 out of characters and character development, and then I'm giving it an 8 on setting and just like, some of the places could have been more richly described, but I mean, they'd still do a fantastic job. So all in all, like, that's 25 out of 30 possible points. So that's still a fantastic book. And like I said, even with this one being a bigger setup to the next mission, which is going beyond the ice limit, which you kind of find out a lot about that in this book. Hopefully, I don't think it's spoiled, the ice limit, but it's definitely something that, like, having read this book now, I'm definitely going back and hitting that before going into Beyond the Ice Limit, because it is technically a book 2 in a series of those dealing with the same thing that they're looking for. I can't go into much more detail on that just because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But yeah, book 3 of Gideon Crew, what a fantastic novel. And I am so looking forward to moving on in the series and getting more done. So just an update, because it's Douglas or Preston Child related. I am almost done with Brimstone, which was book 5 in the Pendergast series. So look out for that review coming up very soon. And until next time, read, because reading is fundamental.